On this week's episode of Today I Would Like to Share,
we assassinated a guy in his bed by creating a portal above his bed and shooting a cannon through the other side.
Hurricane Spiders.
An audio drama called Office Bathroom Training. It's a script that I wrote, and I would love for you to do a fresh table read here on today's show.
Hello and welcome to Today I Would Like to Share, where we take the time out of our busy lives to share the things that are important to us. My name is Jordan, and with me today I have a good friend who was kicked out of Hogwarts for being a fraudulent wizard, Kyle.
Those accusations are baseless and slanderous. I will not have those lies spread.
Alright. I don't think being a slime wizard counts.
Listen, I put a lot of work into collecting slime from all the drains around my house. I think it's wizardous.
Okay. And they say he can transform into 32 different animals. Andrew.
Yeah, most of the time I sit in monkey mode, but I dabble in swig and dragonfly.
Interesting. Why monkey mode?
Just, more arm strength. You got your tail to use to grab things as well.
It seems like it's the best for getting around,
Yeah, it does. It's just efficient travel.
All right. Well, how have you guys been lately? Been a while.
Good. I'm a little sad, I guess, because normally when we were recording these, it would be nice and bright outside, and it's starting to get that time of the year where it's getting darker earlier, and now I'm just staring at a dark blob outside my window. So it's a little disappointing, but, can't be summer forever.
If you want to cast your mind into my body, it's sunny over here.
Oh, right, Mr. California boy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and also 3
Sunshine.
hours in the past, so.
There's some sunshine over there.
There have been crazy storms in Michigan lately, and so it's just been rain, like, nonstop.
I do miss the thunderstorms. We don't
Dude,
get
it was...
any
Sorry,
of
go
those
ahead.
here. I was just going to say, it just never happens.
Yeah, you barely get rain there.
Yeah.
The thunder was so heavy yesterday that it was rattling, like, my apartment and my, like, closet door and stuff.
Are you sure that was the storm and not ghosts?
Okay. No. I can't prove it wasn't ghosts, but I didn't hear boo, so...
Same thing also happened to me, and we all know there can't be two ghosts in two different spots, so...
Yeah, it's impossible. True.
There
can only ever be one ghost at a time. It's just the laws of death, guys. You have to live with it.
It's a very long waiting line to haunt people after you're dead, but so worth it, because, what else is there to do?
See, that's why they can't find any of these ghosts, is because they don't pop back up for a very long period of time. Like, they haunt one place for a short period of time and then disappear. So when all the ghost hunters are going to the haunted places, they're gone, because the one ghost is somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, they each get a 10-minute time limit.
Yeah, you shouldn't be where a ghost appeared for somebody else. You got to be thinking about the future. You got to be, doing some predictive analysis and determining where the ghost will be, not where they go.
It all leads back to math. You got to have good math.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway.
Well, now that we all learned about ghosts, why don't you go ahead and get us started, Kyle?
Yeah. So, today I would like to share short stories from people who have either played D&D for the first time or have been in a while and just want to share their experiences. I got a couple stories up here. Let me just share the link in case you guys want to follow along. There's a couple of them. I'll just be sharing a few. There's that. And the first one I read here is, I ran a game with a bunch of friends who never played Dungeons & Dragons before. Some had to leave because they moved, but I added in new players to keep the party at around the same amount of people. Going from levels 1 through 7, the party had beaten everything they stood in their way. At level 8, they were exploring some ancient ruins and finally got to the boss fight, a clay golem, which without specialized weapons, they're difficult to damage, so the party slowly withered it down with the golem out of nowhere got a crit on a very low health party member. They went from okay to dead. And that's when one of the players turned to me with bright eyes of horrific recognition you can die. It was a beautiful moment. There's no one here. It's, we had a game devolve into figuring out the cost of salt, and then they realized it would be more lucrative to mine and ship salt than adventures. My players are pragmatic. One time we assassinated
salt mines.
Yeah, right. We one time we assassinated a guy in his bed by creating a portal above his bed and shooting a cannon through the other side.
That's amazing.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
That
So
first story, that's a good one.
yeah.
Understanding your own mortality through D&D. Although, I mean, your character's mortality, but still, that's what.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I've played a lot of different kinds of games with a lot of different DMs, and I think the one I've been... Oh, sorry, did you just find a good one?
Yeah.
Go for it, read it.
Our druid has a move we've taken into calling Dwarven Elbow, wherein she turns into an eagle, flies above her enemies, and shifts back into a dwarf and lands on them. It's great. Too good.
Man, yeah, but like I've played a lot of different kinds of games, and I think the one that I've had the most fun with recently is a game that I play on Tuesday nights where just the stakes are always high, just always high. We're playing with some rule that is if you get crit or knocked out, you get a wound, and that wound can vary from a minor scar to losing a hand or foot. So my character, who is a goblin and is very eager and rushes into places a lot of time without thinking, has a lot of wounds. He's missing an eye, for instance. But yeah, it's a heck of a lot of fun. But having that threat's always nice. But so what I wanted to ask you guys today is, what has been your favorite moment, or maybe like a memorable first moment in playing role-playing games? Just anything that sticks out.
Well, this will always stick with me in my head. I remember actually back in the day, I believe we were at your house, Kyle, in the basement, and I think it was like me and you and Mitch and Jared and Durfee, and Durfee.
D&D second edition.
Yeah, that was way back. And back then, when you got 220s in a row, it was an instant kill, and we were fighting this dragon. It's just supposed to be super hard, basically supposed to kill us, and then next thing you know, Durfee just rolls 220s, and it's over. Just like that.
I remember for the rest of the night, he was just rolling D20s, trying to get 220s in a row.
And he never did, yeah.
And he never did, yeah. It was unbelievable. It was a brass dragon, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was,
that will always just... I'll always remember that. Just
I think that was
so
the
funny.
same session that there was a bunch of people, like more people than you should ever run a D&D campaign with, because it's just too much going on. But there was like 7 of us there arguing about what we were going to do about these guards in this tower, which didn't even present a real threat. Like we were young, so we just wanted to murder hobo, and then some people didn't want to murder hobo. So we were in this huge argument, and we were finally like, okay, we'll just leave them be. And then Mitch took a picture with his phone, and the sound bit was, okay. And then it's just like at the perfect moment, and we all died laughing.
That was really funny.
It was pretty good.
Also, you don't have to be young to just murder. I always play evil characters. So.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. How about you, Andrew?
I think my most memorable is like the first time I played D&D. It was also second edition, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And it was a campaign that my stepdad had designed. He had played a lot of D&D when he was in the Air Force. Got really into it, started DMing a campaign for his friends, and created this entire universe on his own with this hand-drawn map of, like a Tolkien-style hand-drawn map of the entire area that we were playing in and stuff. And it was...
That's awesome.
The world that he had built was so huge and incredible, and it had blown me away just on the scale of like the preparation he had done to like set this up for us. And that's kind of like the biggest memory, is just kind of the wonderment of like what could be.
Yeah, that feeling you get when all of a sudden it clicks in your head that like, oh man, like anything is possible.
Yeah.
I can just do what I want, and it's so great when you're playing with new people, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I can just do whatever, and then they start having fun. Like they were playing the game and they were enjoying it, but now they're having fun because they know what's going on now. And it's
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
Well, yeah. On top of that, it's fun seeing people discover just some of the most ridiculous, random, funny things that they can do. For example, I know Andrew wasn't new to role-playing games at this time. Obviously, he's been around for a long time, but when we were playing our Monday night games back in the day, and we went to go do like a recon job, and our way in was basically his character just punching through ceiling tiles, acting like he was replacing them. It was hilarious, and just funny. It's fun and funny seeing stuff like that.
And it's like I always listen, like in any situation that would not have worked. But like when you're having a good time, you gotta let the dice decide, or else you just become like a killjoy. So it's like in any like a real world situation, or if I want to have a realistic campaign, should I have let that happen? No. Was it funny? Hell yeah. And sometimes you just gotta have fun.
Hey, I fully prescribe to the idea that that was a logical move. That if we went in under the guise that we were replacing air filters, that nobody would ask any questions. And what's the easiest way to get to those air filters? Punch through the ceiling tiles.
Start punching.
Well, to give a visualization as well, his character had 4 arms, and so like he's just a
very
massive
efficient puncher.
Exactly. But no, I mean, obviously, we aren't always super serious when we role play, but it's not always fun being super serious. So just kind of
like
go
that.
with the flow.
The last time we played was really fun. Where just like stuff went right at just great comedic moments, and stuff went wrong at great comedic moments. So it was just a heck of a good time. Yeah, I think these guys drank too much lemonade. It throws them down in front of them. Yeah, that was good stuff. I always am super impressed when people have good characters, and that's probably one of my favorite, my most memorable moments. And I chose one for both of you. And Jordan, yours is that moment in the Evil campaign when we were playing D&D, when after murdering these people's archwizard and professor, and we're sad, bawling in the streets, you just threw a Molotov cocktail at some dude and lit him on fire and then cheesed it out of there. You're like, these people are probably going to be mad at us, so I'm going to take initiative and just burn them down.
They were part of the clan we were killing.
Yeah.
So it's just you never know.
I know, like when I said Evil campaign, I kind of knew what I was getting into. But you like on several occasions in that you really just kicked it up to 11, and it was pretty fun. And Andrew, when we were playing the game of the Sprawl, you had I think I'm pretty sure his name was Frost. Frost, the man with 1,000 jobs, and just every intro and outro was you not part of the group, but working a job like perfectly. Like it's like serving ice cream or selling balloons like nearby, just in case like you needed a better position when things went wrong. And like you got some dealer went like turncoat or some shit, and it's just so good. And like every session you hit a new one, and it was awesome. And I remember it started because we were going into a bar to like have a discussion with some punk ass rich boy, and you just like, oh, I'm gonna make myself look like a bouncer and just pretend to. Or like get myself in there and work the restaurant or work the club, and then you did like you rolled really well, and all of a sudden you were just a bouncer. I think you even got paid, if I remember right.
I did get paid. Yeah. I actually had to stay and finish my shift.
Right. Yeah, that shit was great, man. That was good stuff.
That's one of my all-time favorite characters. I'd like to revive him in some capacity.
Yeah, that's why like whenever I need to throw people's names out for like possible role players and stuff, it's always you two. I got 2 people who would be great. They're really good people, and they're creative and fun. So yeah, it's just always you two. I want to bring in on everything. So But yeah, so that was my topic. That's what I had to share.
Thanks
Always
for
fun to
sharing.
reminisce. Yeah, of course.
That's a great topic. Today, I would like to share a little something called hurricane spiders.
Oh no! How do you find these things? This is horrifying. Constantly.
Constantly. Last week was
Constantly.
fun. Last
That's
week
We
was
take
true.
fun.
guesses on what this
That's
is,
true.
unless Kyle, you know already.
No, I don't. But just
Yes, I
Like-
would like to hear your guesses.
okay. So, have you ever seen one of those gifs or encountered it in real life where there's just like a pile of spiders, like so much that they move, sort of like liquid?
Ooh, yeah.
That's what I think it is.
Okay. What about you, Andrew?
I think these are spiders that have adapted an incredible skill to spin up hurricanes on a smaller scale. So to catch their prey, they will just spin really fast until they get a cyclone going, and then they'll cyclone up their prey and eat it.
That would be incredible to see.
Incredibly scary.
I thought you were
Also
about to say I was
terrifying.
right. I was like, hell yeah, Nick.
Unfortunately, that is not correct, but I think that is better than what I'm about to say. But yeah, you win. This was actually
Alright,
a
we can-
game, and you
alright.
won.
We're done here. Wrap it up.
But anyways, the term hurricane spiders has nothing to do with a hurricane spider. It's a term that was deemed for this subject, but there was a university in Georgia that went to the coast for towns that were frequently hit by hurricanes each year, and they studied the spiders there, and they found out that hurricanes effectively change spiders' genes over generations to make them more aggressive to survive hurricanes. And the way they do this is basically they are faster to their prey and they all stick together, and they tend to web their homes or webs or whatever you want to call them in places that wouldn't really be affected by hurricanes too much. And unfortunately, the terrifying part about this is it's wiping out all of the spiders that we would actually see. So basically, it's creating more stealthy spiders and more aggressive spiders.
Oh,
And-
great. Because that's never turned wrong.
Exactly. Fortunately for us, though, they haven't really shown any more aggression towards humans. Basically, just towards other animals and towards other spiders. And this is an ongoing study. It's only a few years old, but there is evidence that because of this, the evolution is starting to make spiders bigger.
Oh, that's cool. That's even better.
Yeah.
So eventually we can have spiders that are big enough to ride on.
Yeah, like 8-legged freaks.
Oh, dude, I was literally about to bring that movie up because I watched it not so long ago.
That was a great movie back in the day. I haven't seen it.
It's a
recently,
great movie now.
Is it?
I mean, it's very like early 2000s like plot line, like guy gets back from being somewhere else, like gets together with his hometown girlfriend, and then they solve some stupid problem that they probably are underqualified for.
Fair.
But it's it was funny. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm not like arachnophobic or anything. I mean, I just don't like spiders. They're in my opinion, one of the things that are like they're scary because they're so unhuman that it hurts. But I don't need them to be big, and I live in not almost constant fear. I live in a periodic fear that one day they're gonna get super big like that movie and chase me around town, and I'm not I'm not about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be chased around town by spiders, that's for sure. Generally, though, I like them. They get rid of the bugs that I don't like.
Yeah.
Eat them. So I
I
usually,
agree.
if I see like a spider in my house, I will let it be, unless it's like crawling on my face while I'm sleeping or something. That one's gonna die. But if it keeps its space and it's just going after the mosquitoes and stuff, have at it.
Man.
I agree with that. And the thing is, I don't know the exact percentage, but a very, very, very large percentage of spiders are completely harmless to humans.
Yeah.
So, like, there's very few species, and most of them aren't even in America, so
Yeah.
I think we're good
I
there.
mean, we have the brown recluse and the black widow, and if
Widow,
those got huge, holy crap! Like, no, thank you.
I agree.
Dude, those, like, don't get me wrong.
I've
like,
seen a black widow before. It's fucking terrifying.
they're poisonous, and that's scary, but they're not even the scary spiders. Like, don't come at me with a trapdoor spider. Fuck that. Like,
Or
if that
like
got big, man, and you, like, every time you touch dirt, like, it could be a spider there. Nope. I'm good.
You ever see the
like,
clock
there are
spiders?
Which ones?
Clock spiders?
No.
No. What's a clock?
I think they're actually technically wolf spiders, but in California they like to get into people's houses and hide behind the clocks.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And they're massive and they're terrifying.
Yeah, wolf spiders are big.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are definitely ugly and scary looking, and they're kind of furry like a tarantula, but they're not as docile as a tarantula. So,
Have you guys ever heard of Brazilian wandering spider?
No.
That
it
is
sounds
the
like I could
deadliest.
connect with it.
I typed in Brazil, and then that's the first thing that came up.
It's the deadliest. It's called a banana spider because they like to get in like banana harvests because they like eating bananas. Weird, but it's the deadliest spider in the world, and it can technically paralyze you if it bites you, and you can die within like 15 minutes. It's insane.
Jesus.
That's pretty nuts. I wonder what it is about the hurricanes that are making like forcing them to adapt like this. Like, obviously hurricanes are destructive, but I'm curious. Like, is there something like their previous hunting grounds or just getting pummeled, so they have to move elsewhere? And
Well,
I wonder what would make them bigger by adapting from hurricanes.
Well, in the study, obviously they said that the less aggressive colonies were simply just being wiped out by the hurricanes.
That's
So
true.
I think-
Selective breeding, like the bigger, more aggressive ones are just the ones that end up surviving.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's no evidence of this yet, but it's kind of rumored by them that basically colonies that survive hurricanes tend to move towards other colonies and try to like get in with them. If that makes sense.
like gang war or like
No, like
assimilation?
not gang war, like be together, like
Oh,
join
okay.
in
We all
forces.
survived. Let's group up.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
exactly.
That's
It's
like
like alpha spiders.
Yeah.
it's like social behavior.
Yeah,
in,
dude.
in community. It's really weird.
It's crazy. Like this study, like I said, is relatively new, and it's definitely they're gonna maintain it for a while. I'm sure they're probably down somewhere where the last hurricane just hit.
Yeah.
So
It's weird. Like, a lot of insects have really complex, like, social behavior, like the hierarchy of the bees and stuff like that, and ant colonies and termite colonies and stuff. They're just, like giant cities, basically, of insects working together.
right.
It's pretty
I was,
wild. But I always picture spiders as being, like, independent hunters more than, like, grouping up
Right,
into
yeah.
being a colony.
I was scrolling down after looking up the Brazilian wandering spider, and there was a little tab, and it was, what is the deadliest animal in the world? And I think to myself, that's stupid. That seems pretty subjective. So I clicked on it, and why don't you guys go ahead and just try to guess the number one deadliest animal in the world?
Blue ring octopus, I had heard at one point, was like the most venomous, at least.
So I get where you're coming
Fox
from.
jellyfish.
Oh, box
and those are
birds.
good answers, but
Mosquitoes, probably.
it's mosquitoes. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes.
I was about to say,
I would've-
mosquitoes definitely have killed more than any.
Yeah. This list was going off kill count, not kill potentiality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyways, that was my topic for today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
I
sharing.
thought it was pretty interesting.
Thanks, Jordan.
Now I have more things to be afraid of. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the nightmare fuel.
Don't you just want to get bit and be Spider-Man? Come on.
No, dude, that sounds like a hard job. I don't want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, then
I
you
wanna-
get canceled.
I'm not a hero. Yeah, I'm not a hero.
Being Spider-Man would be okay. I just don't want to be radiated to get there, you know?
I've also gone on account in saying that I am exactly one superpower away from being a supervillain. So
That's true. I mean, we already know eventually we need to take you down, but let's not
Yeah.
rush it, you know?
yeah.
We got time.
And we know how to take them down.
Oh, we
Yeah.
know how. Capcom.
Can you enlighten me?
Capcom.
Monster Hunter. You should put
We get
Monster
another
Hunter in
Monster
front of
Hunter
my face.
game created. Oh yeah, we've already planned this out.
I thought you were gonna say popcorn. Popcorn's my other weakness.
No, we were on the same page.
Get a tub full of popcorn. Inside is one copy of a Monster Hunter game no
You
one's
have
ever
to
played before.
you have to eat your way to the bottom.
And then the new Monster Hunter weapon, popcorn kernel.
Popcorn kernel. Oh shit. Anyway, thanks for sharing, man.
That was a good rabbit hole. Yeah. That's a lot of music to fill in. No, I'm just kidding.
Here, I'll add some. Ba-doo-ba. There you go.
That was good. I like that.
Today, I would like to share with you two an audio drama called Office Bathroom Training. It's a script that I wrote, and I would love for you two to do a fresh table read here on today's show.
Dibs on Ed.
You actually are already assigned Ed. I'm
Yes!
gonna let you guys choose, but you
Damn
are
it!
Ed.
I
Jordan,
wanna be
you're
Ed.
Fred, and I'll be the narrator. I dropped the link in there so you guys can follow along. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in if you guys are ready to read.
Oh sure, yeah, always.
Yeah.
All right. Fred's eyes are heavy as he sits at his computer skimming emails, the sounds of sales calls and printers chirping in the background. He stretches his arms and walks towards the break room for another cup of coffee. On the way to the break room, he sees Ed walk out of the bathroom.
Oh, hey Ed. What were you getting up to in there?
In the bathroom? I was using the bathroom.
Interesting. I've never been in one. How does it work?
You've never been in a bathroom?
No, but it sounds interesting. I'm eager to give it a try. Do you have any pointers? What's the process? How does it work in there?
Ed looks around to see if anyone is listening and leans in closer to Fred.
Hey, pal. I'll go over the steps for you. That way, you won't look like an idiot for your first time.
Oh, wow. I really appreciate it. I gotta be honest. I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, I'm here to help. The first thing you should know is that you can't enter the bathroom unless you're walking on your hands. So make sure to do handstands and walk in that way.
Okay. I can understand that, but how will I unzip my fly if I'm walking on my hands?
Oh, I guess I skipped a step. Your pants should already be off at this point. Give them to Richard at reception before you head over to the bathroom. He'll keep them safe for you, and you can pick them up afterwards.
Cool. That's a good system.
It works out nicely. So once you walk in on your hands, you're there, announce your bodily function. Actually, why don't you give it a try right now? You won't bother anybody.
Okay. Heart palpitations?
The office goes quiet for a brief moment as heads shift towards Fred and Ed. Then the trooping continues.
Oh, let me clarify. Not something your body is doing currently, but announce the reason you entered the bathroom.
Ah, I see. That makes more sense. So what are my options?
The standard bathroom options Look, if you don't want it to be crude and you can keep it more technical sounding, like, I need to empty my bowels, or urgent bladder deposit required.
Ooh, it's starting to click, I think. So there are designated places for us to do that in there?
Oh, yeah. You just go anywhere you can find a spot on the floor.
That sounds freeing, actually.
Yep. You do your best, and then you just wash your hair. You just wash your hair in the sink and walk out to retrieve your pants. You brought your own shampoo, right?
Fade to black.
Oh, wow.
Dude, heart palpitations got me. That was good. Hey, Fred, that's not very good. You should get that checked out, dude.
He's nervous for his first time in the bathroom.
I gotta know what inspired you to write bathroom instructions.
I honestly don't know how this came to me. Really don't. I just started writing it, and it just started flowing. Yeah. But I thought it would be interesting, to have somebody write a fresh new set of bathroom instructions.
Yeah. I think the world's been missing that because a lot of weird stuff happens in the bathroom, and I would like people to know the rules.
Right?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
How do we not know that this is the correct way?
Right? Has any of us ever tried it?
There's never been rules about it, yeah.
Exactly. So this is the way now.
Actually, the only bathroom rule I've heard is the urinal rule about where to stand, like which urinal to pee at if there's another man peeing at the urinal.
Oh, yeah.
Like one away, always take the one on the edge first.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless it's a small one.
Yeah.
The lowered one or whatever. But I do have a question for you too. After reading the script.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for doing the table read. I'm pitching this to a studio tomorrow, so that's really helpful.
Solid script.
My question for you too is: what are a few other instructions you'd give to Fred to make sure he's ready for his big day in the bathroom?
I'd certainly want to make sure that he's wearing the proper attire, and I know that you need to take your pants off before you go in. But if you plan on using the bathroom that day, I've heard that you're supposed to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt that is unbuttoned, 3 buttons from the top. So it looks really silly when you're doing your handstand on the way in, and it kind of like falls in front of your head and you can't really see.
Yep, I've heard that before too. I think it also helps so that when you're shampooing your hair afterwards, it doesn't get your shirt all wet.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that it's very, very important. I don't know. I had something and I just lost it. God damn it. Oh, man.
Well, I thought of another one, so you can have a sec to think again. I heard it's also very important that in the bathroom there's a bunch of like white porcelain instruments that look like you should excrete into them, but you're not supposed to. You're just supposed to pick a spot on the floor, preferably in the corner that's closest to the door. But if you need to go to a different corner, that's fine. So just avoid all the little instruments, the white instruments in the bathroom.
Yeah, those white instruments, if you lift up the lid, you'll see a little bit of water in there, and those are reflecting pools. So you go there, and you open it up, and you can stare in the water to contemplate your thoughts.
Right, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, in those instruments, they're bowls of water for you to drink out of if you get thirsty. But we already went down that path, so...
Sorry, squashed your idea.
You good.
But yeah, that's office bathroom training. So I hope you guys incorporate that in your own workplace.
We're gonna have to record a video of this. Definitely, yeah, and sell it to every company in the United States of America.
It should be an easy sell. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to improve their bathroom efficiency? Have their teams, properly using all facilities. You got an office. You're paying. To have those facilities operational. You want your employees to be utilizing them.
We can even branch off into other office training videos, too.
That's right. Copier 101.
Have you ever seen the Wendy's hot beverage video?
Oh, the old
Yeah,
training
the
video?
really
Yeah,
old
I
training
did see
video.
that.
Oh man, that's great. I love that. I really respect the
really
way they
weird
try to
old
be
training
hip.
videos. Ba-doo-ba.
Well, that about wraps it up. Join us again next time where we'll do it all again. And remember, as Snoop Dogg says, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, and keep an eye out for another episode of Today I Would Like to Share.
Yeah, and make sure you look us up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast app of your choice.
Once you find us and give us a listen, please leave us an honest review of what you think of the show. You can do so at Apple Podcasts.
And YouTube.
Or send us an email at contact@blamoindustries.com. That's contact@blamoindustries.com.